Okay, so tonight we're going to go through two pieces. We're going to go through Chadi Karam's Give Me This Stranger and I think the Cherubic hymn for Holy Saturday. I keep calling, yeah, Papa, and that's by Papa Ephraim. So Samuel Heron is going to talk about Give Me This Stranger. So go ahead, Sam.
All right. So I took a brief look at it this afternoon, was going through it, and Gabe kind of mentioned this. It's a more analytical piece than really anything like, say, Papa Ephraim does, unless he's adapting from Karamanis or anybody. And like Gabriel or even John Boyer, they don't compose really in this style, which is what I think gave you a little bit of trouble, Amy, because what he's doing is he's just providing his analysis of classical theses. And this is not quite as analytical as, say, Karamanis or Taliadoros. It's sort of in between, maybe closer to some of the more conservative transcriptions of Pringos that you can find. So some of the theses are written straight up classical, and then sometimes he provides analysis. It's not analyzed all the way through. So anyway, I'll make sure to point out what you're looking at, what's analyzed, and what it's analyzing. So, all right. So Plagal first mode from Pa. Pa pa ga di ke di ga vu pa pa vu ga di ke zo ke di ke ga di ke. So right there is sort of your first modern analysis. This right here, what he's analyzing here with the can everybody see my mouse, what I'm pointing at? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, we can.
Okay. That would be normally written classically as tu apostrophe with a varia. And he's analyzing how you would sing that.
Where? What? Which part?
Right here where my mouse is pointing.
On den? Okay.
Yes. Normally in a classical score, that would be written with tu apostrophe and a varia.
So that's the singular of the plural of apostrophos?
Yeah, tu apostrophe. So two of them in a row, just like this, but without the gorogon, and it would have a varia. Okay. He has written out how you would sing that analytically. Da na na is a very common way to sing that. So that's what that is right there. So that's your first sort of modern analysis. You see this a lot in Taliadoros. All right. I sang that like it was all one note, but it's not. So again, here is an analysis of what would just be so basically just two up. So like where would it be? Like this sign right here without the gorogon is what he's analyzing with this note, the apostrophos, and these two notes here. And usually with a psifiston underneath as well. So this sign with the psifiston, no gorogon. And then here, what he's analyzing is just going two up there. Temple, which you do a lot in Plagal Fourth. You could even also, this could also be an analysis. Temple, like the like written out with a ison, a kendimata with a gorogon underneath an oxia underneath, followed by an ison and a varia and a apostrophos and a gorogon. So he's analyzing that because he goes all the way up to high knee there, which is a very common way for chanters to chant that. But in classical scores, it's never written like this. So real quickly again. pa pa vuga vuga di ni zoi ke di ga ga vu di ga vu pa pa. So I'm sure as you can guess, this right here with the 3 up petasti to of is an analysis of a classical thesis. I was hoping to have some time to pull them up in classical scores, but I didn't have quite the time. But that's also an analysis, like a modern analysis. That's not a classical way to write the theses. And the thesis that he's analyzing would be written like this. Pa pa vuga vuga di ke zoi ke di ga ga di ga vu pa pa. So the would be written as an ison with a kendimata next to it, with an oligon underneath and a psifiston. So like this, without the gorogon and a psifiston added to it. That's what he's analyzing here. The ke zoi ke the guy the ke ni zoi ke zoni pa ni zoi ke the zoi ke the ga ga the ga vu ga vu pa. So you have a lot of different analyzations through here. If I point them all out individually, this is going to take forever, I'm realizing. But this is a very common way to sing what is normally written as ing pilot. A lot of chanters will sing it the way he wrote it. Pilot. And same with this. This thesis is an extraordinarily common long stichoraric thesis that he's analyzed just a little bit here. You'll see in John's scores, he'll make this an Isaki on an Isan, but here he actually writes it out analytically. Give the me, oh, sorry. All right, so here's a good example. What he's doing here on pilot, this is what he's analyzing. This thesis right here. This is a different way to sing the exact same thesis. And then this right here is the very common plagal first thesis. I want to see if he, this right here. So where Joseph is right here. Joseph. This is an analysis of that. Give thou. That's the exact same thesis. He's just writing it analytically here. So again, this is it, the analyzation of what you would normally use as a 2-up petasti, but he analyzes it. Goes all the way up to high knee. That again is the very classic. You'll see this in this piece a lot, of a long sticker arc plagal first thesis, and in here he writes it pretty much exactly how you would see it in classical books. But you'll see other places where he analyzes it. So and what I mentioned earlier at the beginning about this right here, hidden, here it is written unanalytically. So you could sing this. You could sing it the way he wrote it up there earlier. I'm going to switch this to pa since we go hard chromatic and it goes above high pa. Pa pa vuga vuga di ke zoi di ke di ga vu pa vu ke di ga vu pa. By the way, this thesis, or the ending of this thesis, right here is the classical way to write it. keep it in mind because in Ross's piece that he's going to cover, Karamanis writes this out analytically. And here we go. He wrote this out analytically here when he didn't write up here on this one. This one is classically written. This one he adds a little bit of analysis to. Diga, diga, di que gavo pavo, diga, vuga gavo, vuga vo papa. Gadi ke zoi ke di gadi ke zopani zoi ke di gavu pagadi di gadi zoi ke di ga. So quite a lot, a bit of modern analysis throughout all of this here. Again, here is just what would be an oligon and a kendimata on top of it analyzed. You have here, what this is an analysis of is just at whom I wonder, but he writes it pretty fancily there. This right here on hold, that what I've highlighted, those three notes are the analysis of, let's see if he's got an example anywhere. I don't know if he does, but what this normally is a writing out of an analysis that you can do when you have an oligon and a kendimata on top with a psifiston underneath. So behold, like that. Beholding. So when you have that, that's the basic way it's written. This is him analyzing a way you can sing that. And then this again is another analysis of that same thesis that I pointed out at the beginning, just like this one. Whoops. So again, this is another analysis of what I pointed up here earlier. Where was it? Right here. That's another way you can sing it right here. Stranger.
So I was talking to Richard about this before the class, and he said this is trojos, that phrase.
No.
No.
No, it's not trojos.
Okay.
You would do this God natural here. Give me, and the zo is definitely flat. Give me this stranger.
Because I wanted to do that pulled up a little higher.
Do what? Pulled up higher?
The second apostrophos on this.
Yeah, the only time that this second apostrophos, that ga, is ever sharp is if the following thesis reaches high pa. But
Okay.
it doesn't here. It only goes up to high ni, so this one is done naturally. So if this thesis was like this, give me this stranger, which it wouldn't be because that's too many notes for the syllable. But if that was the thesis that he used, then you would do the ga sharp. But he only goes up to high ni, and anytime it only goes up to high ni, or usually zo, because like I said, this high ni is an analysis of a thesis that's written where it only goes up to zo, where the kendimata hits zo. Then you do the ga natural. Banadam, diga. Now this right here would be considered trojos, but this is a new thesis.
So how can you tell? I still don't remember that.
Ni zoi ni papa ni zoi keke Zoni pa ni ni zoike zoike ke. And if you add a little analysis to this, you even get up to high vu. So that's how you can tell. Because this is like a first mode thesis. Pa vu ga vu ga di ga vu pa vu ga di ga vu pa. Like that would sound totally natural in first mode. But this you only see on Ket in Plagal first. You'd never really do it like this in first mode. Vu pa ni zo ni pa vu pa. Like it's not quite ever written like this. It's written slightly differently.
So you know it's trojos if it's a first mode thesis from K.
Not quite. You know it's trojos if it hits high pa. If it hits high pa, it's almost always going to be trojos.
Okay.
The gadi ken is like the gadi vupak diga vugaga vu pa. So there's a lot of analysis here. I may, if I have the time, go through and write out like a classical version of this piece just so you can see what he's analyzing. But this is the poor and strangers. Like that would be the more classical and simpler way to sing that. Ni papa ni zo ni pa ni zo ke di ke zo di ke ni zo ni pa ni zo ni pa ni zo papa ni zo ke zo pa ni zo ke di ke. Sorry about the mess ups on here. I don't usually do analytical pieces, so the paralai throws me off sometimes. Anyway, I'll do it one more time. Ni papa ni zo ke di ke ni zo ni pa ni zo papa ni zo ke di ke. Sorry, I messed up somewhere. Pa ni zo ke di ke. So this right here, I'm sure if you recognize, if you've heard that song, this is a pretty layered analyzation of stranger, like Focaeus, what he does on Triadi in his Cherubic hymn would be an example of it written out classically.
So is that trojos there because it goes up to pa?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry.
And then he switches into hard chromatic here. So again, this is an analysis of if you were just doing envy, which would be written like the. So you'd have this note on the, then would have a psi stone underneath and an ison, and then this would just be an iporoi with two down, envy followed by two apostrophe. But he writes it analytically. Envy. Ni ken izoi ke di ga di ke zo ni zoi ke di ga vu zo vu ke di ga vu pa ni pa. So he kind of does something, and he does this throughout the piece, where the first half of this thesis he writes out kind of analytically, but this is the very classical way to finish it. Like you see that in a million classical books written like that. And this right here, this phrase that I have highlighted, this is what it looks like analyzed. It's the same thing. And then he switches into, he makes lo que pa and pa becomes the. So this is actually ke, which is why it has the 2 dots underneath. So it'd be like the ke zoni ni zoi ke, and then he switches into hard chromatic, where pa is the, and thus lo ke is pa, hard chromatic. Ke the ga the zoi ke the ke ga the ga vu ga vu pa. And then it switches back here. Pa the ga the ke. And then he made, this is definitely trojos because he tells you with the Torah. You don't even have to think about it. Ke pa ni zo ni zo ke the ke zo ni zo ke di ga di ga vu pa ni pa vu di ga vu pa. So he has you switch back here so that the zo here is flat, because since you're in ke is actually pa, if you didn't have this switch back here, that zo would be natural. So that's why he has another diatonic Torah on the there. And that's also why this ke doesn't have 2 dots underneath, because it's actually pa, which is how pa is written, as you see here. And then now he makes high pa, the. And that's why this, which is ga, is actually zo. So it's zo flat, because it's all, you only touch it before you go back down. So pa the ke zo ke di ga vu di ga vu ga vu pa. Now we're into second mode, or soft chromatic, I should say. And I'm going to switch it to the ga the ke zon ke the ke. Sorry, the ga the ke zo ke. Now he switches into hard chromatic from ke, so this is just the ga the ke ni zo ke the ga vu pa. Ke pa ni pa ga vu pa vu ni zo ke. I personally would have put a hard chromatic Torah on here to really make sure that you hit this note correct, which would be, basically this should be trojos, and he doesn't switch it with the martiria. I would. So that, because otherwise you run the risk of somebody flattening the vu, the high vu, and messing up the intervals. So I would really do this like pa the ga the zo ke the ke ga vu pa spathi on ke. So zo ke the ke zo ke switches back to hard chromatic there. Ke zo ni ke zo ni vu pa ni zo ke. So that goes all the way up to high vu, which would really be like pa vu ga ke di ga vu pa. So high vu serves as ke. The reason why that's important to realize it's in trojos is because if you do the octave system of plagal second, then high vu would be flat. So like pa vu ga di ke zo ni pa vu pa ni zo ke di ga vu pa. But since it's actually the way plagal second works and the way he's writing it is that it's trojos, so what the scale really is pa vu ga di ke becomes pa vu ga di ke di ga vu pa. So thus vu is a full 12 moria above high pa. So that's instead of being flat. So that's why it's important to understand that. The ke zo ke the ke the. He has you switch right there into diatonic, and then back into hard chromatic here. Gadi kezoi kedi gadi di kedi gaga vupa vupa pa. Now again he has you in trojos with the martiria. Pavu. Yes. Oh, sorry, I thought somebody had a question. Pavu. Sorry, I'm still in hard chromatic. Pavu gadi gavu pa. Pavu gadi gavu pa. Pavu gadi gavu pa pa. Nini pa pavu gadi vuga gavu pa. Diga di ke diga. Gadi diga vuga gadi ke diga vuga. Diga diga vupa vuga vupa pa. So this is a slightly analyzed, very classical long sticharic thesis. And he actually writes it the way that like Stanitas and Pringos sing it all the time. Diga di ke diga di ke diga gadi di ke zoi ke diga di. Sorry, my bad. Diga di ke diga gadi diga vuga gadi ke diga vuga diga diga vupa vuga vupa pa. Then he switches you back. Diga di ke zoni zoi zoi ke zoni zoi ke zoi ke. Oop, that zo should be natural. My bad. I didn't catch that. Diga di ke zoi ke zoni zoi ke zopani zoi ke di. Because he goes right back up this whole thesis. Like I said, this is an analysis of an oligon and a kendimata with a psifiston underneath. And this is also an analysis. So, diga di ke zoi ke zoni zoi ke zopani zoi ke di. Ke diga vuga ga di. Di ke zoi ke di ke zoi ke. Di ke diga di ke ga diga vupa. Pa ga di zoi ke diga diga vupa pa. Now pa becomes di again, with lo ke becoming pa. Di zoi ke diga vu ga vu pa. Then he goes out, jumps up of 6 to the, marks you with the diatonic martiria of the, so you're back into normal. Ka the ke ni zoni pa ni zoi ke zoni zoi ke zoni pa ni zoi ke zoni pa ni zoi ke di. Gai di ke zoi ke di gai di ke zoi ke di gavu pa ni pa vu pa. So, any questions or anything? Again, this is an analysis as well right here.
I know we talked about trojos a long time ago, and you probably talked about the difference, but when you were talking about it just now and how it affects the haivu, I wasn't remembering that.
It's just in Plagal second.
What?
So basically, Plagal second, it applies to several of the modes, but so one, because of the fact that we go from ni to ni, and two, because Western music is conceived in this way, and ultimately ni to ni is just Western solfege, so that's why it's built that way. But we conceive of these scales in octaves, is a tendency I notice among a lot of American cantors, even very good cantors. And the scales of Byzantine music among the modes is usually not a full octave. It's usually maybe 4 notes or 5 notes and then repeated. And then it has certain characteristics of maybe dropping into other modes. Like, for example, plagal second, the scale is basically 4 notes repeated with a conjoining note, and that conjoining note is from V to K. So you have pa vu ga di, and then you do a full step to K, and the K becomes pa again. Pa vu ga di. So then if you keep repeating that, then one note up from high pa, which is the, would be K. So it's a full 12 if you keep repeating the scale of plagal second. And a lot of modes are built like that. So basically, if you were to describe plagal second stickerauric, you'd say it's 4 notes repeated with a conjoining note of 12 moria between the and K, with the tendency to also go into agia from the. That would be the quickest way to describe how plagal second stickerauric works. So anytime you hit high vu in plagal second stickerauric, unless the composer goes out of his way to notate it, vu's going to be 12 moria up above pa, not flat and only 6 moria as pa to vu is.
Because it should have that separator?
Say that again?
Is it because it's a tetrachord, a separator, a tetrachord, and then a separator?
Yes, correct. Yeah, the vu is a separator before ga would, I mean, vu would start another high vu. If you kept going up higher than that, would start another tetrachord. So high ga would be flat and drawn towards vu.
Okay.
So, which sometimes you do hit. So it would be like pa vu ga di ke, pa vu ga di ke, zoi ke di di ga vu pa. Sometimes I'll hit it like it's a zo, the high ga, and you treat it flat. It would be flat like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so that's, are you saying that's trojos or that's just normal? Or trojos is
normal. Trojos is describing that phenomenon, but trojos is not uncharacteristic of the mode. So it's when it enters into trojos, it's not like it's left the mode and doing something weird. Trojos is part of the mode. Okay. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, plagal second stickerauric works on the system of trojos.
Okay.
Trojos is not, it's not an anomaly. It's not an exception to the way you do plagal second. It is part of how you do plagal second.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So in that diatonic section, you were saying that was trojos.
Trojos.
Where? There's a lot of diatonic sections.
Yeah, well, you said whenever it goes up to high pa, then that was trojos.
Yeah, because at that point, the reason why is because when it goes up to high pa like that, ke is your bass, not pa.
Okay.
Or the, for that matter. Because in plagal second, you can have the bass be pa, or the when it goes into agia, or ke when it goes into trojos. So, but it also will sometimes keep the bass on pa, but still be moving around ke. But that doesn't mean just because it's touching ke or even going a little bit above ke that it's left the lower half of the mode, so to speak, and entered in ke as the new bass. That only happens, the only time you know it's happened is when it hits high pa, then you know, okay, well, ke is the bass. And you can tell by the theses, because the theses will end on ke. Usually they launch from ke, if that makes sense. So like here, first note is high ke, and then it immediately jumps to high pa, which is the. And I know it's marked with a martiria, but that's sort of, again, the other example. So here, you've landed on ke, and then it goes up to from the martiria of ke, and then even before it enters the kilisma thesis here, it lands on ke and then launches into the another thesis, the kilisma thesis. So it uses ke. You can tell that ke is the bass by just how it's moving.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another. You just, it's really thesis by thesis on whether it's trojos or not. But a good rule to kind of have an idea is if it hits high pa. And if you listen to like Pringo, Stanitas, any chanters, any really high quality chanters, as I was mentioned, in this situation, when it only goes up to high knee, doesn't end all the way high paw, they always do that ga as natural. But if this went all the way up to high paw, then they do this ga as sharp. So that's how you know when to do your ga.
That helps. Thank you.
Right. Any other questions? I don't know how much time we have. Do you want me to do it Melos, or do you want to move on to the next hymn?
Well, I think it takes 8 or 9 minutes to chant. I think it would be nice to have it on Melos.
Okay.
And I'm gonna.
When he saw that the sun had hidden its rays, and the veil of the temple was rent at the death of the Savior, Joseph approaching Pilate pleaded with him, crying out and saying, give thou me this stranger who from his youth has wandered like a stranger. Give me this stranger whom his kinsmen killed in hatred, like a stranger. Give me this stranger at whom I wonder, beholding him as a guest of death. Give me this stranger who knoweth how to take in the poor and strangers. Give me this stranger whom the Jews in envy estranged from the world. Give me this stranger that I may bury him in who being a stranger hath no place whereon to lay his head. Give me this stranger to whom his mother, beholding him dead, cried, my son and my God, even though my vitals be wounded and my heart burns as I behold thee dead, yet trusting in thy resurrection, I thee. In these words the honorable Joseph pleaded with Pilate, took thy Savior's body, and with fear wrapped it in linen and balm. In a tomb he placed thee. O thou who grantest to all everlasting life, and the great mercy
That was only 7 minutes and 45 seconds.
Okay.
I recorded it using Audacity, so I don't know how good it will be. But do you care if I put it up to the group?
Put what up?
The recording.
Oh, that. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, Ross?
That was great, Sam.
Yes, thank you.
Let me pull up the score. All right. All right. Is my screen coming through on the Hangout? We seeing the score?
Yes.
Yeah, I see it.
Yes. Okay, excellent. Okay, so my understanding is this hymn, at least from the research I did, is essentially the text of it is ancient, and for those churches that do the liturgy of St. James regularly, this is the regular Cherubic hymn. In the Eastern Orthodox churches, it is more or less confined to the Holy Saturday Vesperal liturgy that we do in the morning. The two services of Holy Saturday have always fascinated me, and I've heard that it's sort of a tension between the cathedral and monastic rites, and the desire to sort of keep vestiges of them both, and that's why we have sort of both of these vigils, such that we do. Anyway, so from the as we were sort of talking about when we were going over the sort of getting into the last hymn, this is going to be on the analytical side by virtue of the fact that this is itself. So this is sort of Athanasios Karamanis' exegesis of Iakovos, and Iakovos tended to write in the older, or not tended, he did write in the older style, not so much adapting to the new Sticheraric style. So this piece will be chock full of theses from the old Sticherarion, and then Karamanis added his own analysis in a lot of places. Although there are certainly, as I was saying to Amy before most people join, there's certainly some spots in the score where the opportunity to do one's the sort of classical theses or things that are left unanalyzed where one may do analysis. So play go first, and I'll apologize for my voice. I gave a couple presentations at work today, so it's not the most fresh, but I'll do my best to project here. So we'll start with the Paralagi, and maybe I'll make some stops along the way to make some comments on the on what's going on with the theses and so forth. Anes papavu pani pavu ziga vuga vuga pa. So immediately a hard chromatic phrase. I chose to switch the Paralagi on the Torres, just for clarity's sake. So just to show you what's going on there. Pavu pavu ga pavu ni pa zoni pavu pavu ga zike zika gavu pavu pa pa. I should mention we talked about in the thread how these hymns are actually, if you are on the St. Anthony's side and you switch between the Elizabethan English and the modern English, the theses are a little different. This is the Elizabethan English version for clarity's sake. This also matches the recording that the that the Kukuzelis choir did on their CD. So just making note of some attractions here. This knee is a little bit. This knee is brought up a bit. It's a little bit sharp, attracted towards the paw there. Zon pavu pavu ga ni pa zon zoni zo. Sorry about that. Pavu pavu ga ni pa zoni. Sorry. Pavu pavu ga pavu pavu ni pa zoni pavu pavu ga zike zika gavu pavu pa pa. Vuga vu pani pavu pani zo ni papa Zoni pa vu ga di ga vu ga vu pa ni pa.
Ross,
Yes.
would you mind magnifying your screen, please? I can barely see the text.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, just
I'm gonna. Thank you.
let me see if I can figure out how to do that.
There should, if you are you on Mac?
Actually, there we go. Is that better?
Just a second. Yes, much better.
Sorry
Thank
about that. So I'm at this martyria of Pa here. Pa di ke di ga vu vu ga di pa. No hard chromatic. Vu vu ga di ke ni zo ke di ga vu zo ke di. So we had a hard chromatic into diatonic, which mainly has the effect of bringing down the knee, and then into hard chromatic on with. And then right back into diatonic on K with and. And that phrase on trembling is, I believe, where Sam was saying that a phrase that Chadi chose not to analyze, Karamani's did analyze here.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. So this could otherwise be sort of rendered trembling, but instead we have trembling. To do some word painting there, to do some trembling, so to speak. So one of the hallmarks of the scores is this sort of constant switching of modulation to sort of bring about this bring out what the text is trying to express. So we have hard chromatic, just from between fear and trembling, we have hard chromatic, diatonic, hard chromatic, diatonic, hard chromatic. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 modulations here, and then we're gonna go back into diatonic again. So on that martyria, right after trembling. So we go, and then we jump down 3, so we're on K. Trembling and take Kezoni pa pa vu pa ni zo ni pa vu ga ga vu pa ni pa ni di. So then trocos ni di ke di ga vu pa vu di ga vu ga di ke di ga vu ga vu pa pa. So that's almost like those trocos phrases that happen in the upper tetrachord are now happening even below below pa. So this is a first mode phrase happening that's descending to the pitch level of kato K, but it's actually but this is actually the note pa. And then an octave jump here, and we have the diatonic thoda of K, because without it we'd be going from pa to pa on the level of K, but this is K on K. Pa ni zo ke ke zo ni pa ni zo ke di ga ke di ke zo ke. So a little bit of shading going on here with the accidentals. Chose not to not to notate that with a modulation. Part of me thinks you could have maybe done spathy there, but maybe not. Anyway, it works out fine. Just that's one of the points in that phrase is to hit those sharps or hit the sharp and then the flat.
I think that's what Karamanis is going for there, is kind of spathy.
Yeah, okay. So effectively it's doing the same thing because these are the notes on either side of K. These are this first note here is D and this other note here is Zo. So that's effectively what spathy does, is it draws whatever the, so if you stick a spathy on K, it's supposed to draw the two notes around it extremely close. I think it's 4 Moria. Yeah. I'll go back and just to finish the do the phrase again. Kezo nizo ni pa nizo ke diga ke li ke zo zo ke di ke zo nizo ke diga buga diga di zo zo ke di needs okay. So we have a change of chronos effectively here, and I think the idea here is to give the chanter the ability to pause or kind of drag this well, it's one beat, it's effectively one beat, but kind of to alight on that sort of climactic moment in the phrase before returning to normal time. Diga buga dike diga budiga gabu panipa. I'll point out here also that we have we put an odd gem on here, and I think the reason why is to not only to affect the zo that's in descent, but also to affect this zo. In the past, I think we've talked about a concept called toni, where sometimes when you hold a note longer than, or hold a note at least 2 beats, it sometimes tends to take on natural versus, or I guess I should say it kind of can go outside of it doesn't necessarily follow the thesis, but in this case, I think the point of the yacht gem here is to make sure that the zo is constantly flat for this particular phrase. Just to point that out. So then we're here on pa. Pa vuga 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 di ke di zo ke zo ni zo ke di ke ke di ni zo ke di ke zo ni zo ke zo di. Actually, maybe I'll ask a question here. I was kind of struggling with whether or not this zo here is natural or flat, and I feel like the sort of the thesis is heading towards zo, so I kept it natural. But then I then flattened this zo because then the melody is moving immediately down. Sam, I would appreciate your thoughts on that.
That's how I would chant it. I think I would do that first zo natural there. Probably the kendimata, because it's so quick. I'd do that flat. But then through the rest of that thesis, I would do all the zos natural.
All the zos natural because it's starting to ascend back up. Okay, sounds good.
Can you do it that way so I can?
Yeah, I'll go from this marturia here starting with go.
Okay.
ke di nizo ke di kezo nizo kezo di kezo nipa zo nipa. Actually, it's the ke di kezo di kezo nipa zo ni di zo ke di gavu pavu di gavu pavu ke. So we're moving up towards that. We're moving up into it's going to be a first mode thesis where the bass is going to be back on. We're going to have a change the bass. We're going to have a change of bass onto K there. So this is this is definitely a trochos phrase. More or less starting around here at the ain, as in the angels. So
really, the trojos would kick in, I would say, on of.
On of, okay.
But he doesn't switch the martiria until the high pa, and that's to make sure that your high ga is flat like it's zo.
Right, that makes sense. Let's sing it again. Ke di nizo ke di kezo. Sorry. Di ke di nizo ke di kezo nizo kezo di ke kezo ni pa zo ni di zo ke di ga vu pa vu di ga vu pa ni ke zo ke di ga di ke ni zo ke di ga vu pa vu ni vu ga di vu di ga vu pa di ga vu ga pa ni pa pa pa. Any questions so far? No? Okay. And then the hymn is broken off for the entrance, and then we continue. Di kezo nizo ke di ga di kezo zo kezo pavu zo ke ga. Sorry. Pavu ga ke di ga vu pavu ga vu pa ni pa vu ga vu di ga. So this is case, but this is a trochos phrase. So hence the change in the paralagi there. Zo pavu ga ke di ga pavu ga ke di ga. Sorry, I'm off on my notes here. I'll just start over. Pa pa ni ke zo ni zo ke di ga di ke zo zo ke zo pa vu ga ke di ga vu pa ni pa vu ga vu pa. Sorry, di ga vu ga di ga. Sorry for botching that there. Ni pa vu ga di ga vu pa vu ga vu pa ni pa. No, sorry about that. Ni pa vu ga di ga vu pa vu ga vu pa ni ke zo ni pa vu di ga vu pa. So again, a change of chronos here denoted by this character. So these giant kais or keys are tempo indicators. So again, indicating that the chanter is supposed to slow down the singing of this phrase. So actually this is ni, so this is pa. Pa vu ga di ke ni zo ni Pavuga dike nizoke dike digavu. Sorry. Diga di. Nope. Ni pavuga dike nizoke di. Sorry, I'm messing up here. I apologize. Faces. Pavuga dike nizoke digadi. There we go. Diga. Okay, diga, diga. Buga vu pani pa. Ni zo ke diga vuga vu pa ni pa vu pa. Oh, sorry about the phrase there on the and cry out.
That's okay.
I had a tendency to sort of flatten that. Well, the vu is essentially zo there. I think I was flattening it a little bit, maybe a little bit more than.
I'm having trouble seeing what you're referring to. Your cursor is really small. Oh, okay.
So here in faces, this note is. So this note here is actually, so it's vu on the level of zo, and it feels natural to me to flatten that, like I'm ascending to the versus descending to ni, if that makes sense. So if I were in plagal fourth, for example, descending down to ni, I definitely wouldn't exaggerate the flat on vu. I would sing it, diatonic. We're going for a third flat, going for just a third flat there versus like half flat. So something to watch out for. Although when I heard the recording of it earlier, I think there was a little bit of a flattening there as well. So
Okay.
I'm not sure that it's necessarily wrong or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It seemed like it was really low for you.
Yeah, I think there were times when I was repitching and I should have repitched higher for myself.
Okay. So when you were going up high, did that feel high or that was that was okay?
No, it felt okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, as I've said before, I'm comfortable in a bit of an upper range, which tends to drive people like my wife crazy since she has to like drop an octave to keep up with me.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go for the mellows here. Let keep silent and stand with fear and tremble take no thought, and take no thought for any earthly thing. For the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords approacheth to be slaughtered and given as food for the faithful. Before him go the choirs of the angels with all authority and power. Neath the many-eyed cherubim and the six-winged seraphim, which cover their faces and cry out, Alleluia.
Nice, Ross. Thank you.
I feel like I didn't quite nail the trojos here.
Where is that?
At and.
Oh,
But I don't know if anyone noticed anything I might have done wrong there, but
you there was one spot where you did a zo flat. That was on the next page in the first line.
yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about before, where this is should be a little more natural, and I think I just out of habit did a zo flat.
Okay.
Which cover their faces. Actually, no, I think I got that one wrong. Being which cover their faces.
I'm sorry. I was talking on page 261.
I'm sorry. You meant this. I thought you were talking about this phrase.
This isn't what I'm looking at.
So the top of this page.
Yeah, at keep.
Mananas aki.
So
Yeah.
So that apostrophos, that first zo, that should be flat or natural.
I think it's flat.
Okay.
Um,
I'm not even sure. Is that a zo? I just marked it because it sounded weird to me, but
actually, no, this is ni. Ni. Actually, that's natural.
yeah, I don't know what I marked because it's not a zo there where I circled it. I just assumed it was.
And it goes, yeah. I think this is a zo natural here, and it goes right back up to ni.
Yeah.
So I think that should be a zo natural.
Yeah, I think you did that.
Okay.
There was, when you said you didn't hit something, I thought you were going to say the octave, because on this page at
On what?
4, the king, right in kind of the middle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you repitched there.
I had a little bit of a false start on that one.
I think you went up a 5th, maybe. I'm not sure what it was.
I got one quick comment.
Yeah.
On the many-eyed cherubim, I would push that zo up a little bit higher.
I was gonna ask about that zo as well.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, is this Agia?
Okay.
So do Pavugadi Mani Cherubim. It's really like Agia Difonos there, so that
Yeah,
zo would be really high.
It's like Agia with a cadence on zo. Yeah, I'm with you. So starting on the first syllable of many, just keeping that zo pushed up.
Yeah, and I do that ga sharp.
This guy here.
Okay.
Cherubim and the 6 wing. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Yeah.
And if you do that, it helps your trojos after that.
I was just gonna say it made it a lot easier to. Yeah, this is where I was saying, Amy, that I felt like I didn't nail it, and
Yeah.
Sam's tip is exactly what.
So it's attracted up at the end too on Rubim.
Yeah. So this is the gravity of that thesis is zo.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be pushing things up towards zo natural. For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But you were saying back here that you don't feel like I went a full octave. You think it was only a 5th?
It was something that wasn't an octave.
That wasn't an octave. Okay.
Because I was chanting an octave and you were not.
I heard that too. I didn't know if you meant to purposefully repitch, but you definitely repitched on that. Yeah.
The king. Yeah. Okay. For the king of king and Lord. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Cool. Other questions or thoughts?
No, good job, Ross. Overall,
Yeah.
I got to get going. So everybody have a good night.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Sam.
Yes, thank you very much.
So we just effectively went through two of the probably most among in the repertoire, two of the most challenging Holy Week hymns. We could have started with like the Alleluia of the bridegroom services, which are relatively pretty straightforward, and behold the bridegroom. But forget all that. Let's just go right for the for these long stick-o-arc pieces. So, Devin, since you asked for it, are you expecting, or are you planning as a choir to sing "Give Me the Stranger" on Holy Friday?
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, that would all be up to our choir director, but I think typically we just do the, I think the Trisagion is just what we do, the standard archdiocesan one.
You just repeat it as long as it's needed to cover.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because we actually make the procession with everyone else. So, but even in Greek, that's one of my more favorite hymns, and I love the one that St. George in Pittsburgh did. So I kind of wanted to hear what Chadi's was like.
We always do it. We always do it as they're coming back in. I've been doing it to roughly the same melody.
Nice.